Sharika Shim is an influential force in literature, recognized as the editor and co-author of My Journey with the Iron, a best-selling book inducted into the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. She's also skillfully edited other acclaimed bestsellers, showcasing her versatile expertise across diverse literary projects. Her contributions have garnered recognition with features in the Palm Beach Post, and her books hold a place of honor in the H.J. Lutcher Stark Center for Physical Culture Wider Museum. As the visionary creator and editor-in-chief of ZenFit Uncommon Vibe, Sharika curates compelling content that explores bold topics and captivating stories, all designed to open minds to uncommon perspectives. Beyond her established work, through her company Share a Vision, she empowers and guides authors to bring their literary dreams to fruition. With a proven track record of nurturing bestsellers, Sharika offers unparalleled insight and a seasoned editorial eye to elevate your manuscript. She currently resides in West Palm Beach, Florida, and is crafting her own novel, poised to join her other best-selling successes. Without further ado, I introduce to you Ms. Sharika Shim.
So first, I want to start off by thanking Adam and the director of Riviera Beach Public Library for this wonderful celebration. As you all know, our books, our voices are being taken out of libraries and institutions. And this is why we have to keep writing, we have to keep moving along with our businesses, and especially the written word. I'm so thankful that I'm here today because I want to share with you guys what it means to be an editor. And most of the time, the author gets the front seat and the editor kind of sits in the back. And the editor is the architect of the book. The editor is the one who kind of decides how the book is going to be read, formatted, how you're going to perceive it, and it's all based on perspective. Without that editor's perspective, that book will not be as good as it should be. You need someone to oversee what you're writing because sometimes you're too close to it and you may be a little biased to your own writing. So my journey begins as a little girl in Brooklyn. I am the oldest of 4, so that means that I was mama and daddy many times. And any of my free time, you can find me at the library, sitting in the aisle with tons of books surrounding me, and it allowed me to dream and have adventure. And I really hope with the new age that we don't lose libraries, because it's a place that we come as a community to gather. It's a place that we won't lose our voice. And if we don't write, if we don't have that perspective, we will. If we lose that voice, what it does to community is it erases perspective, it erases understanding, it erases empathy and sympathy. So we need our voices. As an editor, when someone hands me their manuscript, I first read as if I'm picking this book up off the shelf for the first time. I never read as an editor first because I want to enjoy it. I want to fall into it and just love it and see if I can. Then, once I do that, I go back over it again as an editor with a pen and a notepad because I'm writing my questions down. And an editor is looking for things like, in the first chapter, did my questions get answered that I asked in the first chapter in the 7th or 8th? Does this part of the book need to be somewhere in the back? Can I change this? Besides grammar, we format that whole book, we add the photos, we bring that book to life. And for me, when I read a manuscript, I am going to sit with the author, I am going to get to know you, and I'm going to ask you questions that you probably didn't think about. And my job as editor is to bring the absolute best out of you. Even if you thought that this was the best that you can do, my job is to ask those questions, to get you to think, and to dive deep into your perspective. For me, I am able to step outside of myself and see things from your perspective. And when I'm reading your work, I want to feel like I'm looking through your lens. I want to feel like I'm you. I want to sit and imagine your words and put it on paper and say, wow, okay, let's change a little bit here. Let's add something here. Let me pull some stuff out of you to make this book pop. So now, come to think of it, because I've been sitting in the library as a little girl, it is no wonder I'm editor today. It's no coincidence. But with my two best selling books, My Journey with the Iron and Up Against the Flesh, these authors are very different. They're from two ends of the spectrum. And I was able to capture all of their essence in a book. And as a result, this book here, My Journey with the Iron, resides in the Library of Congress, which is of high esteem for myself and the authors. And Up Against the Flesh has been the bestseller for 5 weeks on Amazon straight. Oh, yeah. And both my books have 5-star reviews. And that is because I'm able to help that author bring out everything that they have to put it on that paper so you guys can read it. With ZenFit Uncommon Vibe, it's a brand new magazine. I know you guys are thinking, man, there's so many magazines. There's so many different magazines. This magazine is unlike any other magazine. This Uncommon Vibe is a magazine that is designed to be almost the book version of your timeline. So it is fast-paced, it is vibrant, it's colorful, and it's unpredictable. Just like as you're swiping up, you don't know what's going to come next. In Uncommon Vibe, there's 3 or 4 different perspectives that you're reading from. So we ask one question and you get 4 perspectives. And sometimes when you're in a conversation with a group of people, you ever heard someone say something, you're like, man, I didn't look at it like that. That's what this is. It's opening your eyes to something new and something different. And it's something that is so uncommon that you're not going to find anywhere else. Just with Uncommon Vibe, myself and my 2 partners here. So this magazine is something of my own heart, because I curated this magazine from start to finish. I like to read, but I like to read things that keep me up, keep me upbeat. And I love reading books, but I want to see some color. I want to see some pictures. I want to see something that's going to keep my attention for a little while. And with this magazine, you're not going to be able to put that magazine down until you get to the end, and you're going to be emailing me, hey, do you have any more? So, this is why I love it. I wanted to make something based on how we consume information today, right? And how we consume information today is very quick, fast. It is vibrant. When you turn the TV on, you have colors everywhere. You open your phone, you've got music, you've got all these different things kind of bombarding you. And it's similar to that, except it's a reading experience that you can tuck in your bag and go, or you can sit on the bus or the train or even on the beach and have a nice read. And it's nothing that's going to keep you just saying to yourself, man, I need something else. With this is enough for you. And there's so many different topics from different age range. My partners here, Mr. Bill Nealon and Kevin Morris, we're all in different age ranges. So you get a perspective from a 35-year-old, a 48-year-old, and a 70-year-old that we have encompassed life and the world so far, and you will be fulfilled. So today I brought with me my good friends and the author of my best-selling book here, Mr. Bill Nealon.
It's a real pleasure to be here today. I'm so glad you all came. I think we can all agree there's nothing like being immersed in a really good book. You have to envision that marketplace, that dark forest, the young lonely girl running, racing for her life while the menacing villain is closing in on her and she's got no help. We have to imagine that in our minds. You have to picture that. I'm sure all of you can do that with novels that you've read and books that you like. And I've always enjoyed that because my mind gets exercised. I've lived in a lot of places growing up. But everywhere I've lived, and as an adult I've lived in a lot of places, I've always found a library nearby because I love the library. There's nothing like going in and getting that book that you ordered, and it's there. And you see the cover, you thumb through the pages, and I know I'm going to have hours of enjoyment with that book that I wanted to get. It's there at the library. I'm sure maybe you also, like me, have authors that you follow. I've read collections of certain authors that I really like, suspense, different things like that, and it's all here. And the great thing about the library and the great thing about literature is there's so many genres. There's history, there's adventure sagas, there's mystery, science fiction, biographies, documentaries, fairy tales that entertain our minds. And they're all at our fingertips right here, and they're free. They're all free. My vocabulary is based on my reading. My education is based on my reading. Not just what instructors taught me, but what I did on my own. Same as Shira. We're kind of self-educated because we spent a lot of our childhood in libraries and our adulthood in libraries. So we learn from what we read. You know, the written word stays with us longer because we have to process it, we have to digest it, as opposed to something being said. You can hear a lecture, but when you read it for yourself, percolates longer, stays with us longer. And if you happen to forget it, it's in print. We can go back and reread it, find it again. So I've always been a big fan of reading, and for years, some of my good friends have said, well, Bill, you ought to write a book. I don't know how to write a book. Well, you've got an interesting life, you know, your whole pursuit of fitness and your competitive bodybuilding career. And, you know, I said, well, maybe I could write about that. And the wonderful people I've met along the way. And I've been fortunate enough to become friends with some of the greatest bodybuilders in the history of the sport. They've become friends of mine. My childhood idols, I know them personally. And I learned from them, and they encouraged me and inspired me. And I want to share that with people and everyone, what my experience was. But I really didn't know how to do it. And Shira and I had been friends for about a year, and we shared our love of reading, and she introduced me to writing because she got such a strong journalism background. So I enlisted her and I said, would you help me write this book? Without hesitation, she said, yeah. Well, by the second day, I said, if I'm going to do this thing, I got to have her as my editor, you know? So then she gave me a list of her expectations, which was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of fun, and it was, don't get me wrong. But guys, let me tell you all something. I handed her a lump of coal. She made a diamond out of it. This lady made a diamond out of it. It was her indefatigable time and patience she spent getting to know me, getting to know a subject she's not familiar with, bodybuilding and fitness, that she doesn't know. I mean, that's my field. And to be able to turn that into something readable, entertaining, and enjoyable, and my journey and how I kind of metamorphosized as a grown man from a teenager, and what I've encompassed all through my life, to do that in a fast-paced, easy-to-read written form, she gave me back a diamond. But it was the time she spent, again, getting to know me, my perspective, as she mentioned, and turning it into something. But more than that, within just a week or so, I realized she also had a pursuit of excellence. Whatever this lady does, it's going to be top-notch. Kevin will tell you the same. You work with her, strap on your boots and get ready. Fasten that seatbelt, because she's going to bring the best out of you. And in this journey with writing the book, which we did relatively quickly, but I learned something that I learned from her. It's the editor. It's not the author. I'm telling you all right now, the authors get all the glory. They sign the books. But look in any of your favorite books, look in the acknowledgments. Look at who the author thanks. Huge praise for their editors. Mm-hmm. She praises her editor. She gives her editor all this gratitude and graciousness because that author knows, she knows, or he knows, it's their editor that made them great. They could take it inside and roll it around and make it real nice, which is what Shira did with my book. Again, I'm reiterating, but I have to because it's wording. We're in the Library of Congress. Shira and I went to Washington, D.C. and saw our book in Washington, D.C., in the Library of Congress. Our little book is with all these great literary greats. We're there. And I went to the Stark Center in Austin, Texas at the world-famous Weider Physical Culture Museum. Our book is housed there with these other great works of physical culture. Our little book that we did right here in West Palm Beach. We did it. We shot for the stars and we reached them. On top of that success, the Palm Beach Post picked up on us, found out who we were and our success. They did a 2-page full feature story on us. It was really great. The phone rang for a few days. It's pretty cool. So when Shira approached me about this new project she had, this new publication. I was all in before she even finished the offer because I knew it's going to be vivid. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be great. It's going to be a cut above anything out there. And it would give me a chance to express my opinions and extend my imagination and put my feelings and give back to the community and contribute. So I was all in. So I said, sure. And then when she showed me her mindset, what she had designed, I saw the colors and just the vibrancy of everything. I said, oh, wow, we've got something here. Now we just got to get it out there for everyone to see. So I'm so thrilled to be here and share this with you today. And I think Adam mentioned he blew the top off what I was going to say, but she has a new book coming out, her own book. And she's not done with it yet, but I've been privileged enough to read the first few chapters. Man, it's a nail biter. You want to get this when it comes out. I'm telling you, it's a stunner. It's just what I've read so far. So be on the lookout for that when that comes to bookshelves. So I'm so privileged to be a part of this new venture we're doing. And just based on her pedigree and what she's done, I'm on a winning team. So I really want to thank you all for your time and for being here.
I want to introduce Mr. Kevin Morris, the author and also a writer of Zenfit Uncommon Vibe.
Hi, everyone. So the author, that's new for me. I never really ever thought about writing, I train my personal trainer. I help people get in shape. So when I met Ms. Shim, she came up with this idea. She's like, you should write in it, and this explains the power of an editor. Because me, I'm like, I can't do this. She said, no, just give me the topics. She gave me the topics, so I go to writing. So now, when she gives you something, we write, let's say it's mental health. Write our experience, what I went through, what it was like in my home, blah, blah, blah. Then we have to give it back to her. We send it back and she goes through and read, No, you can do better than that. You serious? Like, yeah, you can do better than that. Okay, go back. I got it this time. No, you can do better than that. That's what it's like to work with her. And see, I never really understood what an editor did. You hear author, but you never understood the power of an editor. And that's how I got to really understand. And she will push you and bring something out of you that you don't even know you have in you. So the reason I'm even writing this magazine is because of her. When I tell you it's a treat, so for me, Uncommon Vibe is about diversity. No secret. I'm 48, she's 35, we got white males, 70. Different perspectives. Mental health in this home is different. Mental health when I was growing up, different. Mental health in her home, different. And this is what we are bringing to you guys. And it's raw. Look at the colors. Let me just show you something here. Let me flip this. So this is the piece on mental health. This is one of my favorite pieces right here. Now, you can see the work, but look at the graphics. Look at the design. She created this. This is from the editor. Me and Bill, we get to write. She does all the hard work. Yeah, she does all the hard work. And so this is what Uncommon Vibe is bringing. So nobody really likes to talk about mental health. Aren't you guys tired of hearing about news and politics?
Definitely.
Right?
We're a big library talking about mental health all the time.
Yeah, but that's what's important. Nobody's talking about mental health. What about love? People act like they're afraid of love. And one of our issues, we talk about love. And this is what she's pushed us to do. And so I'm so excited to share this with you. So I became an author because she pushed me to become one. That's how this happened. So I'm grateful to share this with you guys today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and get to know Uncommon Vibe today. And thank you.
We are in hotels all around West Palm Beach, and we are making our rounds all the way up and back, north and south. We are also in condos, we're in libraries, everywhere you can think of, we are there. So today, you do not want to miss the opportunity to read, to be a part of Zenfit Uncommon Vibe.
I know the name Uncommon Vibe probably came from the fact that your experience and the colorfulness and the differences in the age group and all of that, but the word vibe, I guess. How did you all come up with that?
When you're all together, you're creating a specific type of energy.
Okay.
And it's an unmatched energy. When you ever know when you're with all of your friends together, you guys just have this really good
Yes.
vibe, this really good energy. This is what this is. It's an uncommon energy. It's an energy when you're surrounded by different people, how their perspectives unite with each other. And you're like, man, this is
You're
is
right.
electric.
Mhm.
This magazine is electric.
Okay.
That's what I mean by uncommon vibe.
Yeah, I get it. I
You
get it.
see it there.
Yeah, that's right. I just want to thank you guys for coming out to our presentation, and I hope you will stop by and pick up a copy. And you guys have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks.
Uncommon Vibe is a collection of diverse voices, experiences, perspectives, and dynamic ideas that unite to create a powerful connection. Stunning layouts and bold engaging content are a feast for the eyes. It's designed to be a refreshing escape and a great way to break away from your day-to-day routine while reading something fun, colorful, and entertaining as scrolling for a few minutes.
Uncommon Vibe is designed to be the book version of that very timeline. It's fast-paced, vibrant, colorful, and it has content that is a must-read and a page-turner.
We're going to put a new face on the written word.
Pick up your copy today and let your imagination take flight within our pages.
There's nothing out there like this.
Do yourself a favor and pick up a copy today.